Hi friends, this is Susie, your Candy Crush guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 1317, where we have 40 moves to collect quite a few orders. We need 4 sets of color bomb striped we deploy together, 8 sets of striped candies we hit together, and then it says 12 striped candies, but this right here is 16, so we don't need to collect any more than what we're already doing here. And we need to reach 50,000. That's not going to be a problem. What's going to help us here, it looks like, is the fact that we've got these question marks. Could be good, could be evil. We're going to hope for as many good as we can. Oh, and I remember this board. This was a really tricky one. It's my first playthrough for recording purposes, but I remember playing it repeatedly. So this is my trick. I like to try to open up 2 question marks at the same time if I can. 3 is a bit tricky because 3 might mean that things all detonate. But I like to try to open up 2. Now those 2, excuse me, don't really work well together for our purposes. We've also got this central area here with awful things in it that we may want to go ahead and take out with this. Let's go ahead and do that. As long as we've got that open. Now notice these licorice wheels, the twirls, are actually helping us. They're protecting some of the things we don't want to have detonated. I don't want everything detonated because I need to make these matches. So I'm trying to get things to coordinate along this path together, and I don't want everything to be upset by. So maybe this will be a stripe, and I'll be able to put those 2 together. So here we go. Now as soon as I do this, notice it's going to kind of open up everything else, and all the other opportunities that I had are now gone. And I have to kind of hope that they'll reappear on the board. Sometimes one of my strategies is to focus on combining the striped candies first because they don't do as much damage across the board. But really I have to take what I can get. Okay, so now this should match up with one of these if I can just delay the process long enough. So instead of opening up the question marks, which are at a premium, I'm going to try to do things that don't open up the question marks, because I want this action then to open up some of those question marks. If I opened them already, then that action would get rid of the question marks. But you can see, it really takes out a lot. Look at all that stuff that gets destroyed as we go. Okay, so next opportunity I see I'm going to take, which is this. We should get this next opportunity. Now I'm going to set it off where it goes in the ditch so it doesn't hit this, so it creates the least amount of chaos on the board as possible. That's usually counter to what we usually do. Usually we want chaos on the board. Here we want things to be relatively calm because there's so much chaos already appearing on this board. Okay, I would love to get this to connect with a stripe. Maybe this will be a stripe. There we go. When that conveyor belt ticks around, even though we've got something perfectly set up, it can be destroyed. We just always have to remember that we don't have to have everything work out for us. We just have to have some things work out for us. So all of these things that were here and now aren't, that's okay, because now look, we've got this over here. So some things worked out for us. Lucky candies always correspond directly to order fulfillment, so these are going to be either stripes or color bombs. Sometimes these question marks turn into the lucky candies. Alright, let's see what we can do to encourage another striped candy, but if this is about to explode before I come across a striped candy, then of course what I'm going to want to do is match this with an orange. And right now I'm set up to do that. So yeah, that's what I have to do in order to preserve my health. I need to stay alive. Now I didn't bring in lucky candies. The lucky candies you're seeing are a result of these question marks, but I certainly could bring in lucky candies, which would then increase my ability to make sure that I can create these orders. See, there's another lucky candy. Who knows what that will be? I've got this to deal with. A little bit worried about it. Let's see. Ugh. Now I would love to set this off, but I need to do something bigger and grander than that because this is about to explode at me. So I need to do this and hope that it has enough firepower to get all the way over there, which I think it just will. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, sometimes we have to forego order fulfillment in order to stay alive. Gosh, I'm not liking all of these ticking time bombs that it's sending to us. Sometimes I really enjoy ticking time bombs because they can increase our points if we need them to, but I don't need the points, I just need to stay alive at this point. Let's see, I can't get to the red, but what I can do is get to the green and hope that the green then, there we go. Again, there's so much chaos that's created when we do something like that. The chances are we're going to stay alive. This is the last color bomb stripe order fulfillment. So now I've got still 4 more stripes I need to set off. Let's see how we can do. This nasty thing. I've got a nice stripe there. Let's take out all orange. It's going to take out this and open this up. Maybe we'll get stripes. Ugh. There they all go. Phew. We still got something here. Let's see. Let's open up these question marks. That's going to be our key. Alright, it looks like we just did it on my first playthrough. Please don't blow up. Stay intact. Not an easy one. I have to admit I must have gotten a little bit of luck because in order to complete this in one round, I think you need a little bit of luck. But it's also really trying to make sure that I make as little disruption on this board as possible. Keep trying that. Use the licorice wheels as insulators. Try to go into the ditch as much as you can with your specials and just keep looking for those opportunities. If you're struggling, bring in a lucky candy. If you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.